Bridget.
And we're the Twinchesters.
And this is our Doctor Who review for Season 9, Episode 8, which was the second to the Zygon Invasion. I don't actually know the name of this episode.
It's called the Zygon Inversion.
Inversion.
Yeah.
So it's the second half to last week's episode where the Zygons are invading.
We're trying to, yeah.
We're trying to invade with, and it ends pretty much with Bonnie Clara trying to attack the Doctor's, not ship.
His plane.
Airplane. Wow, it's a joke.
His plane.
Okay.
So, I found it really interesting. I always use the word interesting. I hate that I always use the word interesting for everything. Okay.
I think what you're trying to say is what you liked.
Yes.
That the link between Clara and Bonnie Clara is so strong that Clara can manipulate Bonnie Clara.
That is exactly what I was trying to say while I was trying to think of a synonym at the same time. Anyway, yeah, so it was really fascinating. We used fascinating. Basically, human Clara is able to overcome Bonnie Clara to let the Doctor know that she's awake and she's aware of what's going on and she's like subtly manipulating Bonnie.
Yeah. I like how she kept winking at him. He's like, "Stop winking at me." She's like, "I'm not winking at you," and then her eye just kept twitching. Yeah, I was like, that's quite adorable.
That was good.
But I was suspicious of the Brigadier's daughter the entire time.
Kate, yeah.
Kate. Finally got her name. Her name was Kate.
I know. We could not remember that.
But the entire time I was like, she's a Zygon. She's lying. She's lying to everybody.
She definitely played it very well as like her pretending to be the Zygon.
But yeah, so what did I like? I liked that Bonnie Clara pretty much like she was pretty much set in what she was doing.
Mm-hmm. She was determined.
She was very determined. Like she used the fact that the link between her and Clara were so strong to like manipulate Clara into telling her where the Osgood box was.
Right, the whole time they're just manipulating each other.
And you find out there's 2 Osgood boxes. That's why it's called the Osgood box, because there's 2 of them.
2 Osgood, 2 boxes.
And that speech on war was absolutely fantastic.
That was
like
beautifully
I thought I was going off to war. I'm sitting there, I'm like, I don't want to go off to war now. Like it was so powerful.
I actually kind of got like a little teary-eyed. I know that's gonna sound really mushy and like really emotional, but honestly, like Peter's acting in that was just, you were like in that moment with them. Like you're second guessing yourself, like, do we really need to do this right now? Do we really need to go to war? Like you were really in there, and
I love that he used his own pain and what he done to tell Bonnie Clara, like, I've been there. I have almost pressed that button.
That's the part where I started getting really like...
Yeah, and he said, Clara Oswald got into my head and she'll always stay there.
Yeah, because just for him to say... Because Bonnie's like, well, you don't know what it's like. And he's like, I don't know what it's like. And he's like, every time I close my eyes, I can hear more screams than can be counted. Yeah. And I'm like... I can't even imagine how to live with that.
This is the first time since Tenet that they've really been anti-war. Like, the Doctor's gone back to preventing anybody from going through what he went through. Like, he knows he's done some messed up stuff.
Yeah.
And he's now trying to prevent everybody else from doing the same thing he did. Because like, David Tennant was guilty about it. Matt Smith kind of forgot all about it.
Well, yeah, that was the whole point of, like, Matt Smith was the one who forgot. Like, he suppressed everything. He didn't feel it.
Capaldi, it's coming back to him.
Right, and it's great to see that his doctor will really go out of his way to make sure that nobody has to suffer the way he has.
And he's back to saving people. And that's not something we saw last season. He pretty much was very nonchalant last season. This season, he's like, no, I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure every single person lives.
Because he knows who he is now.
Yeah, it was absolutely fantastic. And then finding out that the boxes did absolutely nothing.
That's the point, though.
I thought that was so interesting. That all that entire... Because you're sitting there like, somebody's going to press the button. Somebody's going to press the button. And then when you see Bonnie start realizing, she was like, there was nothing in this box. it's just buttons.
And
He's like, well, yeah.
He's like, and you figured that out because you started thinking like me. I was like, oh my gosh.
One of the really interesting parts though that I want to learn more about is after they find out there's nothing in the boxes, Kate's like, oh, you're gonna wipe our, oh, now I know. And he was like, oh no, I've done this, you've known the last 15 times. And he like changes her memory. So this has happened.
Oh, no.
A bunch of times.
No, what she said was, when we can never forget this. And he goes, yeah, you said it the last 15 times.
That means this has happened before. Zygons have attempted to break free a few times. Either that or there's been other situations where the boxes need to be used.
I just took it as based off of the flashback that we got where she had to make the decision to begin with. I feel like she's always in a situation where like he wipes her out. I think maybe it is that like Zygon's trying to rebel. They just wipes
it could be just anything like that. But I thought it was interesting he didn't wipe Bonnie's memory.
No, she needed to remember.
Yeah, like he was like, no, I forgive you, and I want you to remember that I forgive you. And you're just like, what? Like it was such a powerful moment when he was saying that he forgave her.
Right, and also I kind of have a feeling if he wiped her memory, then all of like the self-progress that she made in that scene would have been gone.
100%.
So then she 100%. Totally could have just tried to come back and do
and I thought it was so great. She decides to be the second Osgood.
She comes back as the second Osgood.
It took me a minute. I was like, wait a minute, the first Osgood didn't die.
I know.
And then she was like, well, there was a body.
She's like, I don't need to be Clara anymore. But I need to know. Okay, so apparently the actress that plays Osgood, she says that she put in little subtle hints about whether or not she's human or Zygon. I must have missed all of them.
Yeah, I didn't catch it.
So if any of you picked up on that, please comment.
Yes.
Because I need to know. It's driving me nuts.
And also, I'm really mad that she denied the doctor. He was like, come travel with me. And I was like, go travel with him. I really want her to be my companion.
I think she would be a great companion.
I think she'd be such a great companion. And the doctor at the end, he was like, I'm a big fan of yours.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's
like such a huge like nod.
Like imagine, like, you know, doc, like you're sitting there wearing all the doctor gear, and the doctor comes up to you and he's like, by the way, big fan. You're like,
I'd fall over.
My God.
If I would fall over. I would lose my mind. I wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah, it's great. That entire like 2 episodes were a very much nod to the fans with Osgood.
Yes.
Like they were like, yes, we see you.
We appreciate
you. And we love you.
Yeah.
Alright guys, we would love to know what you guys thought about the episode in the comments down below. And don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you guys later. Bye.
Bye.